Hi, it's Graham from Compiler again with the next video called Starting a Blog. Here we will look at how easy it is to start a blog and start communicating your thoughts to the world. So let's get started. So the first question is, what is a blog? Well, it's actually short for weblog. This is a term created to explain a site that records a sequence of events. It's rather like a journal. Everything in a blog is date and time stamped and presented in order. You can usually search for older posts so that you can get the whole picture. One of the main reasons for the popularity of blogs over conventional HTML sites is that posts can be easily added. I will be demonstrating this later on in the video. A post is just a piece of content that can be words, pictures, videos, etc. It's like creating a new page on a standard HTML site, but without the hassle. It's much easier because no coding is required. You do not require any knowledge of HTML or any other web coding languages to operate a blog. If you can use a word processor, then you can use a blog. Blogs also benefit from RSS syndication. RSS stands for Really Simple Syndication. There are many RSS directories on the internet, and when you make a new post, these sites will be notified automatically. This is also good for search engines, as they love these RSS sites, and your new posts will get picked up very quickly by the likes of Google. And finally, there are many different blog platforms. You really are spoilt for choice here, with a load of free blogging platforms that you can choose from to start your blog. We will look at this in more detail now as we examine blogging software. This is where you install software on your site to create a blog. This is better known as a self-hosted blog. With self-hosting, you are in control. Your blog will never be banned or deleted as it's installed on your web server. Some examples of self-hosting blog software are WordPress, the most popular blog platform by far, and for many good reasons. WordPress is totally free and it can be easily installed using your compiler cPanel. It has a vast array of themes and plugins available to enhance your blog. There are over 100 million sites using WordPress now. Some of the other blog software providers are B2 Evolution. This is similar to WordPress and is easy to install and also free. It does not have the enhancements available that WordPress does though. Next we have Drupal. This is a fully fledged content management system that is a bit more complex than WordPress, and it is similar to Joomla. Again, a sophisticated content management system that is probably a bit over the top just to run a blog. And finally there is Movable Type. Again, more sophisticated than WordPress, and this one costs money. A very good platform for site and blog publishing. Okay, let's have a look at some of the non-hosted options known as blog platforms. The main advantage of using other people's blog platforms is you don't have to host. All you need is a working email address and you can sign up for a hosted blog account. The platforms are all very similar in that they let you create posts and pages and allow the addition of text, images and videos. So let's start with Blogger.com. Blogger is owned by Google and all you need is a Gmail account to host a blog with them. Next we have WordPress.com. This is like having your own self-hosted WordPress blog, but WordPress themselves take care of the hosting. You cannot add plugins like you can with a self-hosted WordPress installation, so it does have its limitations. Next we have Tumblr.com. This is a very popular blog platform. Similar facilities to Blogger and WordPress, and it has a community feel about it. And finally we have LiveJournal.com. Another very popular blogging platform that has all the usual options and facilities. It's very easy to start one of these blogs, but if you're not careful, you do run the risk of account closure. A lot of people have had their blogs closed down for many different reasons, and this can be very frustrating. Imagine that you have given your blog address to all of your contacts and then suddenly Blogger closes it down for no apparent reason. It happens, believe me. I always recommend to people to install a WordPress self-hosted blog on their web server, as it will never be shut down and you are in control. Okay, let's take a look at the advantages of a blog. Anyone of almost any age can get blogging because they're so easy to start. Whether you choose to go for the recommended self-hosted WordPress blog or a blog platform, it's really easy to get started. You don't require any HTML knowledge, and it is easy to add content. I'm going to show you in this video how easy it is to make a post on both a self-hosted WordPress blog and a free blog platform service. When you set up your blog, you can create a link back to your site. I will also demonstrate how to do this in a few minutes as well. You will want to make use of this linking back, as it will help with your search engine optimization. Blogs are also interactive. You can receive comments from visitors, and then you can reply to them on the same page as your post. Visitors like the ability to interact with you, and then of course there is RSS syndication. I've mentioned this already, but almost all blogs have an RSS feed. Think of this as getting the word out quickly about the new information you have just published. And finally, search engines like blogs. The major search engines are always on the lookout for new information. Blogs can provide this, and the search engines respect this. Okay, now we're going to have a look at a couple of real live blogs that I've set up. Okay, well this is an example of a WordPress self-hosted blog. I installed this very easily using the compiler cPanel. I registered a new domain for this exercise called compilertraining.com. You can see it up there. And we'll be using this for our example. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to log into the admin area of WordPress where all the magic happens. Here we go. And I'm just going to log in. And what we'll be presented with is what's known as the WordPress dashboard. And it shows you at a glance what is currently happening on the blog. We've got one post, one comment, and one page. Now, a post is really the latest information that you want to publish to people. A page is a more of a static situation, like an About Us page or some kind of offer that you want to present to your public. Now, this blog is fairly boring. It's got the latest WordPress theme, which I don't particularly like. So what we're going to do is we're going to change the appearance of the blog. And we just go down to Appearance and Themes. And here you can see, sorry it's a bit slow, but here you can see the different types of themes that are available to install. Now there are hundreds and thousands of themes available. You can just Google them to find something that you like. For this example, we're just going to choose the 2013 theme. All we do is press activate there. And what will happen is it will change the theme appearance to this. Now we can check this just by visiting the site. So let's do that. And there you have it. Compiler training with our Hello World post. Okay, let's go back to the dashboard. And what we're going to do now is we're going to create our first post for this site. So we just go up to Posts and All Posts. And you can see here the Hello World. We want to get rid of that, so we just hit Trash. Okay, so we've got nothing there now at the moment. And now we simply click Add New. And now we're ready to get creative, and we'll just get rid of that. Now I'm going to go and find my article now that I created, so I'll pause the video and I'll be back with it. Okay, so I found my article. Let's get rid of this message. And now I'm going to paste in my title, what to look for when starting with web hosting. Here's my article. Now what I'm going to do is copy the rest of this text. And I'm simply going to paste it into the body area here. There it is. You can see all the content is there. Very, very easy. Okay, it's about 500 words. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a picture to this post to make it a bit more interesting. So I'm going to make a little bit of space for that. And I'm going to just click on Add Media and then select Files to find the file that I want, the image on my computer. Okay, let's go and find it. And you can add all sorts of media to WordPress, pictures, videos, audios. It's all there. Now I have several files here. Apologies for this. I have to scroll across to find the right one. Here we go, in Articles folder, and we're going to choose Web Hosting 1. What it'll do is it'll upload this picture. There it is. I'm going to put it in the center of the post. I'm going to add in some alternative text, which is good for search engine optimization. We'll put in web hosting, because that's what it's about. And I'm going to make it full size. Then all I do is click Insert into Post. And there it is. Very, very, very easy. Okay, what I'm going to do now is add a link, which I promised you I would. So I'm going to choose the words website hosting company, click the link button, and I'm going to type in compiler.com. So I want this to link to our main site. You can also choose for this to open in a new tab or a new window if you want. I'm going to ignore that for now, just add the link, and there it is highlighted in red. Now I'm going to publish the post. Click Publish. Takes a few seconds. And that's done. Now we can have a look at it on the site. So just go to Visit Site. And there we are, what to look for when starting out with web hosting. And we'll scroll down, see our picture, and all of our text. So very easy, yes? And there's our link. And if we click that link, which I'm not going to, we're going to go to the compiler website. Okay, now one of the things you can also do is to make this look a little prettier by putting in headings or bolding your text or whatever. Let's put in a few headings here, as we've got headings in the post. And we're going to reveal the rest of the word processing icons here by using something called the kitchen sink, which always makes me laugh. So we'll highlight that, click on this drop down box and heading 3. So now you see we've made customer service bold. And the next one, heading 3. And bandwidth. And uptime. And that's what the heading's done. We just update. That's done. Go to our site here. Just refresh the page. Now if we scroll down, you'll see that we have headings, which looks very good, very distinct. And that shows you just how easy it is to produce a post using WordPress self-hosted blogs. They're very, very good. I can't recommend them highly enough. Looks very good, very clear. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is show you how to set up a blog platform using WordPress.com. See you in a minute. Right, what we have here is a WordPress platform blog on WordPress.com, and what I've done is I've registered with just an email address, compilertraining.wordpress.com. Now you can choose this compiler training or whatever term you want for your blog, but please bear in mind that things like weight loss have well and truly gone years and years ago. So you need to come up with something a bit more imaginative than that. But it's very easy to set up this blog. I think it took me about 2 minutes. Now, as you can see, the dashboard here is very, very similar to the WordPress hosted blog. We've got the at a glance feature. Now, the platform only produces a page. It doesn't produce a hello world post, which is good in some ways. It produces an about us page. And obviously we can change that. And just like in the self-hosted, we can change the appearance and the themes. So let's have a look at that. Now there are lots of themes in here. We're using a theme called Ryu, which is the default. Not particularly exciting. But as you scroll down, you'll see lots and lots of different themes. Now, some of these themes cost money. Okay. Now, if you choose, you like a theme in particular, you can pay for it. It's not a problem. It's a one-off payment. But for our exercise, we're not going to spend any money. We're just going to use a free theme. And here we have the suits theme. We're just going to activate that, which is totally free. And what it'll do is it'll make that our main theme. Okay, there you have it. We're now using the suits theme. Alright, now what we're going to need to do in this video is we're going to make a post like we did before. Exactly the same method from an article that I already have. So we go up to posts. And all posts. And you'll notice when we get there that there are no posts registered at all, which is fine. We don't have to trash anything. So straight up to add new. And you'll probably recognize this. It's very, very similar to the previous WordPress example. We've got our title there, we've got all our icons, our kitchen sink, which we're going to use. So now what I'm going to do is grab my second article and select the title of this. Why choosing the right web host is essential for your online business. Very, very true. And then we'll grab the body of the article and put that in. Okay, just pasted it in there, all there. Alright, we're almost there. We're going to add an image like we did before. So make a space for it there. Go to Add Media. Select Files. Now again, I apologize, my compiler directory is rather full, and I have it set up so that the folders come last, so we're going to have to scroll across and find the folder. When you're doing these images, make sure you save them somewhere that you're going to remember. Very important. So I saved mine in Articles. And we're going to use the second image, Web Hosting 2. And it's uploading. And there it is. So we're going to give it an alternative text. We'll call it Website Hosting this time. And we'll center it up and make it full size. Okay, and then we'll insert that into the post. Very, very simple. There it is. Now we've got one headline in this body of text. So we'll go to the paragraph drop-down box and we'll select a heading 3 for that headline. Oops, now that's interesting. This sometimes happens. It's actually made the whole paragraph heading 3, which obviously we don't want. So to correct it, we'll go back to paragraph again, go to the end of the heading, the line of the heading, and just enter once. Then select it again, heading 3. There you go. That's a quirky thing about WordPress. It's happened a few times to me. Okay, and the final thing to do with this post is to make a link. So let's search for something here which would be appropriate. There we go, web hosting provider. Sounds good. So we'll go to the link icon and we want to add the compiler website in there. There you go. Just add link and there's the link. And now we're ready to publish. Now what the platform does different to the hosted WordPress is that it actually shows you the post straight away once it's been made, which is kind of cool, I suppose. So you can get a view of it. There it is in all its glory. Now to see the whole site, you just click on the compiler training or whatever you've called your blog at the top there, and there you go. Now that's interesting. We've got 4 out of 5 dentists recommend this WordPress.com site. Now that needs to change. When I set it up, I've obviously made a mistake there, and I've left a default tagline in. So we'll go back to the dashboard and we'll change that. And the way that we do that is through settings and general. You can see it there. So we'll get rid of that. And we'll change our tagline to the best web hosting training blog. Okay. Just get down there to save changes. Now if we go to the home page again, you'll see that it's changed to the best web hosting training blog. So there are great similarities between WordPress.com platforms and WordPress hosted blogs, which is understandable, I guess. Let's just check the link works. Here we are at compiler.com. So that's okay, the link works perfectly. Well, that brings us to the end of this video. I hope you've enjoyed it and learned something. In the next video, we'll be going social. So see you then.